just gonna hurry up and get started, girl, because I have no idea what's going on down to the internet. Happy Friday. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. Actually need to change the way that I'm sitting because I feel like I'm super duper low. I have to sit up a little bit. Okay, I'm back. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. We are down here, girl. It's Friday, 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 Friday night at 8. Got myself a date. Y'all have a date tonight? What's going on, everybody? We are down here, girl. It is the weekend. It is the end of the week. We are on Friday, Viernes. It's my favorite day, Venus's day. Friday is my favorite day of the week. I love Fridays. I love Fridays. I don't know why. I just love Fridays. I always like just Fridays. Um, so I really don't have anything to talk about, like nothing at all. I have not gone on to the blogs. I have not seen what was going on. I don't know. So let's go
I sponsor the now. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
down to the blogs. Hopefully, everybody is having a good day. Hopefully, we are. Hopefully, we are staying focused on our goals and dreams and aspirations and journaling and doing all the things. And I know that for some, the beginning of January 1st starts something that you can start new. So whatever it is that you started, just keep doing it. We're just what's today, the 3rd? What's today, the 3rd? So keep going, girl. You could do it. Okay, go on, girl. You can do it. All right, so let's see. It says Cardi B says she's putting a pause on her dating life to stay focused. I don't believe it. We'll see what she says. Let's see.
Now, because every single time I take dick, like I told you this, right? Every time I take dick, I get distracted. I don't want no distraction. This January is a very crucial month for me. I put a little pause on my dating life because January is very, 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 very important. And I have a mission to complete. And if I don't complete this mission, it's going to fuck up the schedule for this year. I already feel like I've been getting tested already. But you know what? So far, haven't booked me. Haven't affected me yet. So proud of myself. And I'm so focused. Because I'm a very emotional person. And when I get emotional, I don't do things with love. And you can hear it in my music. My voice cracks a lot. You can hear it in my music. You can see it in my face when I work. I just don't got thrive when I get emotional. Don't let the spirit of laziness get in my way. Don't let the spirit of comfortability get in my way. Don't let the spirit of sadness get in my way. Don't let the spirit of anger get in my way. Don't let the spirit of fucking demon dick get in my way. Don't even want to because I'm the type of person that if I text you and you ain't text me back in 30 minutes, you pissed me off. So now I'm pissed at you for a whole 2 hours. So now I'm distracted. So I don't even want to enter right now into my work. It's out the way. I don't even want to take dick right now because
it says we love a disciplined queen. Who else is on the same type of time that Cardi B is on? Going through a divorce with 2 kids and a newborn, dating shouldn't even be on her mind. Y'all be so miserable in these comments. Y'all stepdad wanted y'all mama with all 6 kids and 8 baby daddies, and y'all granny with her 10 kids and 25 baby daddies. Girl, you have 3 kids at 31 years old, toddlers at that. No man ain't wifing you unless he is a broke man, like Kenneth Petty looking for someone to take care of him. Ooh, not Kenneth Petty catching a stray. We are tired of hearing bullshit from celebrities. Man, she was glowing at 11. Her aura was on a million. Cardi has nothing to offer us. She fell off. I couldn't agree more. No distractions. You either love Cardi or leave her alone. From day one, she's outspoken about everything. Who the hell came up with this? Who the heck came up with this myth that no one wants you with 3 children or wouldn't marry you with 3 children? That's not true, and it has never been true. There's somebody for everybody. Having children doesn't change that. She wanted Offset to see this because why say this publicly? She's not saying it publicly. She's saying it to her subscribers. I don't understand how y'all stand in the aisle at the grocery store and then pick up the National Enquirer and then be like, why they telling us all they business? Why they all in our business? Why are we in the group chat? Bitch, you picked up the magazine and you scrolling and you in here and you even left a comment. You are in the group chat. The blogs is the group chat, girl. Y'all are on an entertainment celebrity gossip blog. That's where you are. And I'm not sure why I don't know what you're expecting. But the people, I don't know why we have to explain this to folks. The people are on their own pages. So if you don't like Cardi B and you don't support her, you're not on her page. You would not have seen this live at all. Nothing. But she is a celebrity, a public figure, a very polarizing public figure, right? You either love her or hate her, like the lady just said. And so the blogs are going to pull it, and the message that she's saying could probably resonate with some women or men. And so they brought it to the blogs. Why is she saying this publicly? Cardi B, before you even knew who she was sharing her life on Instagram. That is never going to change. And I really think it's weird for people to ask someone who has always been that way to stop being that way. Right? Cardi B's always responding online. Okay, has that behavior changed? Is that something new? Because from the last time, the history that I've seen and the pattern of behavior that I've seen, she always responds online because that's her medium. That's how the people know her. That's how the people interact with her. That is the reason why she has so many fans, is how she interacts with the fans. She's relatable. They understand where she's coming from. So they put it on the blogs. If the D is distracting, you got to go all 2025, ladies. She takes no responsibility at all. That's literally what she's doing in the video. She takes account for how she shows up in relationships or when she's dealing with men, and she knows how she shows up. She gets distracted, so she's taking responsibility and not dealing with demon dick. I quote. No distractions. Why don't you just do it? Why you got to tell social media? Distracting yourself more. Ain't she just have a baby? Why are you even talking about dating? Because she's a pick-me. And some of you pick-me's have no clue what to do unless there's a dick in your mouth. Hey, Portia. Y'all act like y'all don't know what to do. Y'all act like, okay, so what do I do next? Okay, I say I'm not going to let dick distract me. Okay, what do I do next? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do unless there's a man in proximity to me. I actually don't know how to act. I actually don't have an identity outside of a man being in proximity to me. So I really don't know how to act. I really want to work on myself, but I don't know how to act unless there's a man around. Work on that. That's what you need to work on. That's why she's coming down here and saying that she's a pick me. Cardi B is a pick me. Pick me. Offset was right. No dick in 2025 for me. Missile focus. We are all one waiting for you, boo. Cardi looks good. Oh my God. Good. You have 3 beautiful children. Focus on your children and your career. Relationships will come. Good luck to you. Who asked her? Who cares? They always say this. Then in 6 months goes and she's with a new man. 2 weeks later, they get engaged. And by the end of 2025, she's announcing a pregnancy. Right. Because the pick-me's don't know what to do when there's not a dick in their mouth. And that's true. So good luck to Cardi B. Hopefully she stays focused. That was Hollywood Unlocked, so we might as well stay over here in this neighborhood. Let's see what's up. All right, let's see. Girls, no way I would have let that man next to me. Coyle Ray is pregnant by Trippie Redd. Have you seen who Trippie? I'm sure a lot of you don't know who Trippie Redd is. I hate that I know who he is, girl. Coyle Ray is pregnant by that man. He wouldn't have got nowhere near my PUSSY at all. at all. AugustAlsina responds to fans commenting on viral video of him and Zoo. Let that man troll in peace. To be clear, Zoo comes to me before posting anything involving me. I don't know what is going on, why AugustAlsina and Zoo have been in on the blogs lately. But somebody said to AugustAlsina on Twitter, not gonna lie, regardless of anything, I'm gonna support August, but that stink at the end of the day, so I don't care. But Zoo, he's cool. But at the same time, I'd be like, keep posting that man knowing everybody gonna be invested more than the brand he's building. And I don't like that. So he came back, he said, don't do that. Don't do that. Everyone else, ALR, I don't know what, be trolling. I don't know what he means, ALR. Everybody else be trolling. So let that man troll in peace. For 2025, this is AugustAlsina's tweet. For 2025, what everyone needs to know is if somebody is going to support you, they're going to support you. If they're not, they're not. No ideation or perceived condition is going to either alter somebody's investment or lack thereof. In other words, people who enjoy low-hanging fruit just enjoy low-hanging fruit. And for that, there's trolling. Also in 2025, I truly hope that we, in capital letters, people as a collective, can and will stop trying to be or become who we think we should in the eyes or minds of others' approval, all for the sake of an outsider seeming support that will inevitably and undoubtedly be fleeting and fickle due to the fact that it's not based in a foundation of deeply rooted truth and authenticity. This is all for my TED Talk on today. Learn, love, and then learn life. Shout out to AugustAlsina. Somebody said, wait until they find out you're an even bigger troll. He says, my whole life is based in taking the most seemingly serious shit and turning it into a dramedy. It's just life. No need to take that shit personal, fam. To be clear, Zoo comes to me before posting anything involving me. Anyhow, he's his own man. Let him cook. He said the point is, JayZ is, I think it's just a fragrance that he has coming out, is going to get you climbed every time. Only thing I'm wearing these days. And the people are now sexualizing AugustAlsina. Now they say, I'll climb you and I climb you. Listen to the comments. August, please stop talking in circles and TI. No, just because you're dizzy and don't understand what he's saying doesn't mean he's talking in circles. You just on a different frequency. That's why you don't understand it. And it sounds like he's talking in circles, but he's not. I think he's very clear. Stop doing things for external validation of fickle people. That's exactly what he said. Come on, Virgo. I'm going to read what he said again. Also in 2025, I truly hope we people as a collective can and will stop trying to be or become who we think we should in the eyes and minds of others' approval, all for the sake of an outsider seeming support that will inevitably and undoubtedly be fleeting and fickle because they really don't fuck with you for real. They just talking their shit. He says, due to the fact that it's not based in a foundation of deeply rooted truth and authenticity. So don't look for people who are fickle and their support only depends on how you put yourself in a pretzel for them. You didn't understand that? That's not what you got from that? Talking in circles? Girl. No, your eyes are wound up in circles. That's what it is. If I'm straight, ain't nobody fitting to troll me with no gay shit. Y'all have to let it go. That's another part of it. Y'all are going to have to let it go that people are gay. People are gay and they've been gay forever and they never going to stop being gay. Y'all got, and I don't understand how you grow up. I don't understand how either a late Gen X, a older millennial, a late millennial, how are you guys having these points of views in the world that you grew up in? How do you come out of your childhood, your adolescence, your teenage years, adulthood? How do you wind up being a fucking homophobe? How does that happen? And you got gay motherfuckers in your family. I guarantee it. How do you wind up on the other end of that? How do you wind up saying the things that you say to people who are gay or lesbian? How do you end up there? How did you take on those views? Where did you learn those from? I just don't understand how millennials, I could see older Gen X, I could see baby boomers, I can see the silent generation holding these conservative, bigoted views about sexuality, gender, and all the things. And then you grow up, and then on the other side of it, you're gonna be a homophobe, transphobic, a misogynist. Like, how do you learn what? I mean, what? I don't get it. In other words, he's gay and wants y'all to mind y'all business. Cosplaying a gay couple and then calling it trolling is bananas. And it's the women in the comments who believe that the dick is here for them who are literally in denial. Because a motherfucker will tell you he takes dick and you will refuse to accept the truth of the thing. You will refuse. He's not. They just playing gay. They just playing gay. Okay. Why do you think that you have a chance with AugustAlsina? Boy, you love him and that's okay. Live in your truth. He is living in his truth. Just because it's not the truth of what you have in your mind's eye, how you think people should show up. He might like women and men. He might like whoever gives him pleasure. He might like whoever is nice to him and kind to him. Maybe what's between the person's legs doesn't even fucking matter to him. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about what's between a person's legs does not matter and how they show up and how they are in relationship with you? Have you ever thought about that? And how the fuck are you, the age that you are and the age that we are in, a fucking homophobe? I don't get that. As usual, saying a whole bunch of nothing. August speaking in Shakespeare. I just want to know if they thugging or not. They just want to know if they're having sex or not. I just need to know if y'all are having sex. So whatever fantasy I have in my mind about AugustAlsina, I can continue the fantasy. And it's the women who get mad for me. Man, I used to crush on AugustAlsina hard. Sigh. Carry on with your boo. I don't understand it because people just like people the way they like people. I really don't understand it. I don't understand how y'all get on the other, how y'all grow up in this society and have these kind and hold these kind of views. They're a cute couple as long as he's happy. While he trying to gaslight people, sir, that's your man. All these long-winded responses, just say mind your business and move on. He's gay? Yep, 120%. He's been gay since Will and Jada turned him out. No, I believe they're trolling, like he said. People thought he was gay before that with his zesty photo shoots and videos. I don't want to hear this speech. I'm going to ask what the majority of us straight women want to know. Does Zoo have a straight cousin? Okay, I got to go off of here. Let me go off of this. But anyways, I agree with what AugustAlsina said. Stop trying to be or become who you think you should in the eyes of people and for others' approval. And a lot of y'all just be performing. That's what's crazy about it. It's unfortunate. It really is. They posting Zoo down to the internet again. Let's see. All right. What happened? They said a Tesla Cybertruck blew up at Las Vegas Trump Hotel the same day. He served at the same base as the New Orleans terror attack suspect. It says U.S. Army Special Ops soldier Matthew Lavensberger, identified as driver in Tesla Cybertruck explosion. Did he? Was he in the truck? Girl, what? He was the driver. Did he get out or was he still in there? Girl, was this a suicide mission? Girl, what's the fuck is happening? They found a smartwatch, an iPhone, and a Desert Eagle 50 caliber semi-automatic pistol near his feet. along with a smartwatch. Oh, it was also reported that he had a self-inflicted gunshot wound when the vehicle exploded. However, it's unclear if he died from the gunshot or from the explosion. Wow.
Our subject is 37-year-old Matthew Livelsberger. He's of Colorado Springs, Colorado. I would like to acknowledge a couple of things because I know what's going on in the social media world, and there are a number of things in this case that are similar to the attack in New Orleans. We do know that our subject here served in the military. In fact, he's a current member of the military. Both of the subjects served at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. What we do know about that is it's a very large military base, and we have no record that they served in the same unit or even at the same years at Fort Bragg. I also know that they both served in Afghanistan in 2009. We don't have any evidence that they were in the same province in Afghanistan, the same location, or the same unit.
Wow,
Again,
that's
something
crazy.
else that remains under investigation.
That's interesting. That's a lot of coincidences. Okay. Notice how this guy's terrorist attack is simply referred to as an explosion, and the brown guy's attack is referred to as terrorism. Girl, these white nationalist motherfuckers are terrorists, domestic terrorists. All of them, domestic terrorists. Goddamn, the damn fraternal order of the police department are domestic terrorists. If you really want to get down to it. I'm just saying. This explosion really looks like, girl, what the F? But it's the symbolism for me. A Cybertruck in front of the Trump hotel, a Tesla, Elon Musk Cybertruck in front of the Las Vegas Trump hotel. I wonder how many people that explosion could have hurt a lot of people. That explosion was huge. Can you imagine sitting at the front desk at the hotel and that explosion happens? You like, what the hell is happening? It exploded. Wow. Elon Musk tweeted, the whole Tesla senior team is investigating this matter right now. We'll post more information as soon as we learn anything. We've never seen anything like this. We have now confirmed that the explosion was caused by large fireworks or a bomb carried in the bed of the rented Cybertruck and is unrelated to the vehicle itself. The vehicle telemetry, all vehicle telemetry was positive at the time of explosion. The evil knuckleheads picked the wrong vehicle for a terrorist attack. Cybertruck actually contained the explosion and directed the blast upwards. Not even the glass doors of the lobbies were broken. Appears likely to be an act of terrorism. Both the Cybertruck and the F-150 suicide bomb in New Orleans were rented from Turo. Perhaps they are linked in some way. This is Elon Musk tweeting. FBI names Army veteran Samsudin Jabbar as the driver in the New Orleans New Year's terror attack. Multiple people reportedly seen planning explosive. Girl, I'm the fuck out of here. Anyways, JayZ granted permission to file dismissal motion in the Jane Doe essay case with Diddy. Judge Torres has granted lawyer Alex Spiro's request to file a dismissal motion in the lawsuit that accuses JayZ of R-ing a 13-year-old in 2000. This is over the objection of the woman's lawyer, Tony Busby. The motion is due February 6th. The court has reviewed defendant Sean Carter's letter seeking leave to file a motion to dismiss plaintiff's amended complaint and plaintiff's letter in opposition. Carter's request to file motion to dismiss plaintiff amended complaint is granted. By February 6th, Carter shall file his motion. By February 28th, plaintiff shall file her opposition papers. And by March 14th, Carter shall file his reply, if any. The clerk, okay, directed to terminate the notice. Okay, the clerk is respectively directed to terminate the notice. So ordered. Okay. All right, so we'll see. Spiro previewed his arguments in his request. Judges deciding dismissal motions are to assume the facts alleged are true. The arguments about legal issues such as statute of limitations, etc. So it's a long letter here. So we'll see. Busby opposed the filing in the dismissal motion in the New Year's Eve letter. For context, not every federal judge requires attorneys to obtain the court's permission to file a motion. This is a rule specific to Judge Torres and her civil cases. All right. We'll see what's going to happen. That might be a victory for JayZ. We'll see. The fact that her father came out and said he never picked her up from no event like that and that she was lying should have closed the case. But you don't know if the father has been contacted or even threatened or anything like that. You just don't know. When he wins, I want y'all to be as loud as when the accusation comes out. Wins what? So if that's the case, it should be dismissed from Diddy. Clearly she lied. Grand opening, grand closing. God damn your man, Hove. Crack the can open again. Now investigate the lawyer who thinks SA victims and situations are payday mules. Y'all owe that man an apology. After hearing that woman speak in her interview, ain't no way in hell anybody took her in their car 5 hours, dropped her off now at the awards show, nor did anybody pick her up or take her to a party. This woman is super special today, so I can imagine how special she was as a teenage girl. People have no reading comprehension skills, clearly. I hope they dismiss it so y'all can be quiet. All this means is that he can file. It doesn't mean the dismissal was granted, right? The people don't know how to read. They just see granted. They're like, you owe him an apology, girl. Shut up. You got to read the whole damn thing. Y'all are going to stop playing with Blue Ivy's dad. Well, before he was her dad, he was a different person, girl. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Well, we'll see what happens with JayZ and Beyonce and all of the people. We'll see. We shall see. Ice-T and Coco celebrate 24 years of marriage. Okay. Georgia State Court Judge Stephen Yeckel shoots himself dead inside of a courtroom in the last day in office. What was going on with him? Girl, shut up. Hitmaker says some women are ashamed to publicly say you need a man. For the record, nobody needs anyone. Okay. I love a woman who knows she needs a man. All you tough gangster hoes might as well go fight for our country. Girl, it's like y'all heard about the birth rate. You know the birth rates are going down or plummeting all over the globe. It's weird because it's almost like I wouldn't call it gaslighting. What is it when you're trying to tell somebody that they need something when it's actually you that need the thing? It's like reverse. I don't know if you can't call it reverse psychology, but it's like I'm gonna say it in reverse. I'm gonna say what it is that I actually need and say that it's you that needs it. It's actually me that needs it and wants it, but then also what do you want it for? Because when the women decide to do the thing with y'all, you do like a horrible job, and there's too many women who can testify to that. And y- y- these days the women know that they don't need, if the person is a nice to have around, then that's cool. But a lot of you are not nice to have around. A lot of you, like the lady said, lack self-control. You don't have any discipline. And it's weird that when you're showing up like that, how you want to connect yourself to a person and you're not even operating at your best self. And for some reason, with your lack of discipline, your lack of self control, your lack of structure, you feel like you need to be partnered with somebody. What? To bring that same energy into their life? The lack of self control, the chaos, the confusion, everything that you have fucked up about yourself. For some reason, you believe that you should be in a relationship. And then for some reason, you believe that you can take all your fucked up ways and be in a relationship with somebody. And then tell that person you need a man. I love it when you guys admit that you need a man. Nobody needs anybody. Nobody does. Nobody need, unless you are disabled in some capacity, You're not operating with a fully functional brain. You are a baby. No, but after that, nobody needs anybody. That you an elderly person, a baby, somebody with a disability, whatever the disability is, a physical disability, mental disability, whatever it is. So unless you belong to that, or animal, unless you belong to that group of people, you don't need nobody. I am literally tired of that.
I am tired. I'm tired. I'm tired.
And then for them to switch it over like it's you who needs a person when clearly you don't. Women haven't needed men in generations. How many years? How many generations have women not needed men? Women needed men because women didn't have rights. They were considered incapable of doing anything. So you were literally a dependent on a man for your survival. And that was through force. That was not through a willingness to say, you know what? I just want to give up all my capacities and let this man run everything. Have you seen the state of the world? Why would you want to do that? They're not doing a good job. They want to run everything into the ground. Into the ground. So you don't need anybody. They need you. You know why they need you? Because they're fighting for their survival. They want to make sure they live again, and they need you to do it. Let's read some of the comments. No one needs him. Shout out to Bondi Blue. I said, for the record, nobody needs anyone. Not DJ Fun Size talking Hitmaker. You know, the little one who was with Hazel Lee. Hitmaker. What's his name? What's his other name? I can't. What's his other name? I can't think of his other name. You know who I'm talking about. I'll post a picture of him. Fun Size. Hazel Lee called him Fun Size. What is this motherfucker's name? Says a man who puts his hands on women. What is his fucking name? I'm trying to see if somebody will say it. Young Berg. There it is. Young Berg. This is Young Berg to me. In 2025, men need women more these days, especially black men. Argue with your mother. I said what I said. Some women may need a man, but most women don't need a man. They want or would prefer to have a man. He's not aging gracefully. Pick looks like he's at the lounge with quarters in his pocket. I need air, water, clothing, food, shelter, and the almighty. Another human is extra, period. Every woman needs her husband, girl.
But keep my husband out of it.
The way these men sleep and compete with one another, cheat on, beat on women, and overall just don't even like themselves make it unnecessary to want or need y'all. Y'all low-key want to be us. Nah, sis, you need a man, girl. I'm just here for the comments. Y'all petty for this pick. He's always saying some nonsense. Him in the game. They always saying some dumb stuff. Slim Thug, they always coming down here, and it's always about a relationship. Little Duval, and it's always about a relationship. It's always shaming y'all for not being in relationships, or saying, you know what they say, what they're all programmed to say. Something in my eye, girl. They all saying the same damn thing. And it's always about a relationship, trying to get you, because they need you. But they want to flip it. Like even in the institution of marriage, unless you have it set up the way that you want to set up, and it's mutually beneficial for you and the person that you're in the relationship with, but the way that they have it set up to make women believe that this is something that they want, when you actually get into the relationship, and if you're operating on archaic gender roles, you need to update your operating system. Bitch, it's 2025. Stop playing the role that you want to be some goddamn maid and a mule for a motherfucking man. Girl, it's late. It's late. Stop it. Cut it out. Knock it off. All of it. Get it out of here. That's late. This thing where you have to run around saying that you need somebody. You don't need nobody. You need yourself. You need to be in your right mind. Work on yourself. You don't need nobody. They need you. That's the reason why they try to shame you into doing the things and get you in these weird ass relationships. Get you in these weird ass relationships and then do what they do. And then do what they do. I tell my boo often I need him, girl. The only thing a man or woman need is God. We want a partner, but it's not a necessity. And some of you want a partner and you don't even know why you want a partner, because somebody told you and has groomed you into believing that you need to be partnered. You need to be. It's even in the way that we relate to each other on paperwork. Either you're single, married, divorced. You need to. They have in your head that you need to be partner. What is your status? Are you single? Are you married? Are you girl? And then if you're single, they have a problem with that. Why are you single? How come you don't have a man? Why is that? Why is that? Like yesterday, girl, I was so disappointed. I watched the interview with Sharelle, Chad's ex-fiance, who was on the show, the real estate show on Netflix. She did an hour interview with Carlos King. I'm going to read my comments on that video because she did an hour video with Carlos King, and 10 minutes of it was talking about her and her accomplishments. And I didn't know that she was a veteran. She did 2 tours. She has PTSD. Like, she spoke about herself for probably 10 minutes or less. And the rest of it was talking about Chad Ochocinco. And Carlos sitting there trying to convince her after she has told him, girl, let me read the comments. After she told him, we're not in relationship, we're not, I'm not with him anymore, we're not, this is not a show, this is not a stunt. He did something that was, my boundaries were crossed and I don't want to deal with that. Hold on, I'm going to read what I wrote. This is what I said. Carlos said, here, let me go to the part in the video.
I personally don't think it permanently defines you.
That's true.
I do think there's levels of cheating that is unforgivable.
Levels of cheating that's unforgivable? So what would be unforgivable? And they act like emotional cheating, physical cheating, sexual cheating, that's the only thing that people, unless they produce babies, it's almost as like he can cheat as long as he doesn't have anything to show that he cheated. There's no evidence that he cheated. There's no baby, then girl, you got to leave. Because I want to ask Carlos, how many chances does she give him after he cheats on her? How many chances? How many times are you going to ask your friend on behalf of a man to lower her standards and to accept a man back into her life that did her wrong? How many times are you going to tell her to give him a chance and that there's levels to cheating? Listen to Carlos King.
And unless you tell me something differently, and you have the floor to do so, and I'm only basing this off of this conversation, so because of what I know, okay? From what I know, I want to make that very clear. I do feel like there's room for forgiveness.
It is.
Okay.
And just because she forgives him does not mean she needs to enter back into a relationship with Chad. Clearly, if this man loved her so much, he would have been able to practice control, self-discipline, self-respect as an athlete, to have no control over yourself, to where you can't even keep the promise that you made to somebody, that you cheating on them. How many times are you, as your good Judy, how many times are you going to tell your good girlfriend to lower her standards, to let a man back into her life who could have put her life At risk. How many times are you going to ask your friend to risk her life for a motherfucking man, Carlos King? Ugh. Gross. Gross. You a pick me too. Sorry. You a pick me. That is some pick me shit. I don't give a damn how charismatic he is, how good he is with his kids. He was in a relationship. She had a boundary and he crossed it and she broke up with him. End of story. End of story. She said, I'm working on myself. I'm in therapy. I have some unhealed childhood trauma. And you still trying to convince her to forgive this man. She needs to work through her shit first. Fuck Chad. Period. Y'all be too wrapped up in these trying to get a man, trying to have, my black girlfriends, they say they got the career and everything else. They just don't have the man. Have you seen the man? You're the one that allowed a man who did all that stuff to Melody. You allowed them to be in proximity to each other. Has Carlos King have come out and said anything about what Martell did, that revenge porn stuff with Melody? Has he come out and spoke against that at all? But you want to create a space for these men to keep harming these women? Girl, she said she has her standards and what she would put up with. If she forgives him, doesn't mean she needs to be in an intimate relationship with him. Cheating is emotional, physical, and sexual abuse. Even though he's a gay man, he's still giving her advice that doesn't serve her. Let that woman hold steadfast in her standards. He crossed the line, and the consequence is losing her as a partner. Forgive him, yeah, but back in a sexual intimate relationship with him, no. Nothing is going to be how you started it because everything changes. You are not going to have the same relationship at the beginning that you did in the middle or at the end. It's never going to be the same as it was in the beginning. And you can't spend your entire relationship chasing what was at the beginning because people change and people are allowed to change. Here's Carlos again, just giving really bad advice to this woman.
Started it. That was our issue. Placing. We got two. If you want something to last, you got to keep it how you started it.
No, that's awful. That's no. You'll be forever chasing how it started. And then what happens when you change? You gonna try to do something that y'all was doing at the beginning? If what you started at the beginning is not sustainable, don't start doing it. If you can't sustain it, if that's how you feel, that you need to bring what you brought at the beginning of the relationship to the middle and to the end, girl, and not change, stuff changes, people change. Here's another thing. Listen.
What, since October
I'm gonna say like 5 more minutes.
I know.
Ain't nothing out there, sis.
Listen to this.
Would you like to work things out with him?
Later.
In the year 2025?
We'll see. I mean, let me see what's out there. No, I'm not.
Girl, I can tell you nothing.
There's nothing out there. So you're gonna go back to the person who crossed your boundaries and mistreated you?
I just, girl, stop.
Since there's nothing out there, how about you be by yourself? Try that. How about you cultivate the relationships you have with women? How about you create intimacy in different ways with people? What is this? Girl, and stop trying to convince women to get back into relationships that they left because of the respect they have for themselves. You are effectively asking her to disrespect her own self and go against her own boundaries for the sake of being in a relationship with someone who had possibly put her life at risk. I don't know what level of cheating Chad did. She said they got complacent. I don't give a fuck. Whatever the boundary was, she said, we got to break up. We done. Good people don't risk their partner's life. I really hate that this entire conversation was only about her romantic, intimate partnership, and we barely talked about anything else she has going on in her life, as if her entire life revolves around this man. Girl, stay in therapy. Don't listen to people who try to convince you to get back into relationships with people who crossed your boundaries. Carlos King, you are, don't give women advice. Please don't. You are such a pick me. He is, and you think, oh, he's a gay man. It's my good Judy sitting across from me talking to me. I think he's gonna give me advice to serve me, not a pick me, especially not a pick me for cis het men, because they always gonna give you advice that benefits the man over you. And this entire conversation is Carlos trying to get her to forgive somebody who crossed her boundaries. Forgive him all you want to, bitch. Doesn't mean you need to be in a relationship with him. Y'all gonna have to figure out a way to have men in your life without being in intimate partnerships with them. You see how they treat you in intimate partnerships. Try a different kind of partnership. If you need them in your life so desperately, try a different kind of partnership. Try a different kind of relationship. That doesn't have to be sexual and intimate all the time. It doesn't, because the closer they get to you, it seems like the way that they act. Who is calling me? It seems like the way they act in the relationship doesn't benefit y'all in the long run. The way that Carlos kept trying to convince her, girl, it was a mess. I didn't like it. I gotta go now. I gotta go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Center yourself. Know what you want in your life and analyze why you want those things. Analyze, figure out, why do you desire these things? Figure out, why is that when I'm on a interview, that the entire conversation is this man talking to me about how I should let a man who crossed my boundaries back into my life because he's charismatic. Carlos, I said, oh, Carlos, you give really poor advice. Okay. I had to listen to the message. I love now that they transcribe the messages and I don't even have to listen to it. I can just read it. But anyways, so I got to go. Take care of each other, protect your energy. Like I said, self-reflect, figure out what's going on. You know, somebody in the comments yesterday was talking about how, we're going to go after this, how they, I guess, was trying to be in relationship and they didn't like the way that they were showing up. I say, analyze how you showed up. You have to really sit down and analyze how did you show up? What triggered that response? And then you need to work on that. Like, if you don't like the way that you're showing up in these relationships, how these people are not bringing out the best in you, then you need to analyze what is triggering that and then unpack that. Like, figure out, why is that the trigger? You have to figure out your attachment styles. You have to figure out how, like, what in your past has allowed you to be triggered by what this person did. Like, what is that? What is that about? That, like, literally, I don't think people do that. Like, in your relationships, how you show up in relationship, if you didn't like the way you showed up, analyze that's how you take account. That's accountability, is analyzing how you showed up. I don't give a fuck what the relationship was, but especially in the personal, intimate relationships, because people put so much value in those things. And so they keep doing it over and 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 again, even though the way that they show up in those relationships, they don't even like themselves the way that they're showing. I don't even like who I am or who I become when I'm in these kind of relationships. Why? What is it? Is it the way that the men are showing up? Okay. Is it what triggered that? What did they do to trigger that response? You really have to sit down and analyze and take account of how you show up, and then take responsibility. Either you're going to keep doing it, right? Because what do? You figure, I don't like the way I show up. What do? You start reading books, you start going to therapy, you start self-reflecting, you start change, you start trying to do better, you start eating right, you start doing all these things, and then you go to the next one. You're going to try it again. Guess what? They didn't do none of the work that you did. None of the work that you did to be in relationship with them. They're not doing the work. Very small percentage are doing the work. Very small percentage. Not compared to the women, because it's always you that has to put yourself into a pretzel in order to attract somebody. You have to do the work. You have to be in therapy. And you do all those things and you get out of therapy. You're like, oh, I'm ready to hit the scene. I'm ready to go back into the orchard again. And you pick another apple and here you are again, looking crazy. Why? Why do you keep doing that? Ask yourself why. Why do you keep doing that? Why aren't you focused on yourself? Why aren't you bettering yourself for yourself, not to attract someone else? Just like AugustAlsina said, stop this thing where you're seeking external validation. All the things that you're working on yourself so that you can be a good partner for somebody, do that for yourself. Do it for yourself. Like literally do it for yourself. Don't do it in hopes to attract someone. And then why won't you want to attract like-minded people and like-hearted people who have similar interests in you and similar goals in you and are not prioritizing men. Like that is so important. When we say decenter, that means that they are not a priority, whether you're in a relationship or not, whether you're a mother or not, whether you have brothers or not, uncles or not. Prioritize you first. Stop put your oxygen mask on first. Period. Like that's it. Like if that is like literally should be in the back of everybody, in the front of everybody's brain. I'm gonna put my oxygen mask on first. Am I running around here out of breath? I'm running around here trying to save everybody else. I'm running around here trying to get myself together for somebody else. No, get yourself together for yourself. I can believe Carlos. That's all he was doing with the entire conversation is him trying to convince her to go back to somebody who crossed her boundaries. How many times are you going to give her that advice when he does it again? Because the consequence should be he doesn't have access to her ever again. Forgiveness or not. He literally asked her, are y'all still having sex? No. Because I heard he was this big and he was a foot long and all this other stuff. The entire time. And you know, every time you talk about him, you smile. Yeah, we had some good times, but he went against, I have boundaries and I have things I have to work on. I'm in therapy. Are you guys going to get back this year? What are you talking about, Carlos? I'm in therapy, my nigga. I have to work on myself. Like, I really wish he would have said, like, I'm working on myself. Let me work on myself. Let me center myself. This thing where y'all want to have a man, it's got to be a man in proximity. No, stop. Stop it. Like, that's so weird. Do all the things you want to do it for yourself. The same way, and when you're like, Erica, I don't know what to do. I can't make friends. The same effort you put in swiping right, looking for a nigga, swipe right and look for another woman who can be friends. You can be friends with. There are other types of relationships to have with people. There's so many people in the world and you're only focused on how to relate to people on a romantic, intimate level. Girl, go away from me with this. There are other ways to be in relationships with people, period. Try those things and you will see those are more sustainable. They last longer. I just told my kid that the relationships you have with girls, they will last a lifetime as long as you remain friends. Every girl is not a potential to be a romantic partner. Every man is not a potential to be a romantic partner. A lot of people have no business being in romantic relationships. You need to work on yourself and you need to learn how to be a friend. Try learning how to be a friend. Try learning how putting effort into your friendships. The same effort that you put into looking for a man, it's the same actions. It's the same actions. And those typically are more valuable. These motherfuckers come and go. These friendships are more valuable. They are more sustainable. You want to have lifelong friendships? Those relationships come and go, my nigga. They come and go. There are other ways to be in relationships with people. Try it. I don't know. Try it. Be friends. Be friends with people. Like, damn. Good God. I want to be hugged up and romantic and all. Girl, that's all a fantasy. The reality of the thing, you can have intimacy with people of the opposite sex or gender or whatever. You can have intimacy with people, and it doesn't have to mean that you're having sexual intercourse. It's weird. Anyways, I gotta go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy, okay? Let's get down in the comments. Hopefully you have a good weekend. I know I am. Let's see. Peace. I need to come back for another video. All right. Take care of each other. Peace.